31 on the year against Blake Maffei from Caldwell, a junior, at 30-3 on the year. Ken Rossi from Jefferson, the Falcons, was the #1 seed. He is in the yellow and blue. Blake Maffei in the blue with the white trim from Caldwell.
Both young men extremely aggressive throughout the full tournament, Steve. Both wrestlers have gone after their opponents. They have not stayed back. They have not wrestled defensively, and I wouldn't think that we'd see a change here in the finals. It's Maffei that's in on a nice high crotch. Switches to a single, but again, Rossi hits standing switch to try and fight it with that standing switch. Each wrestler with the move on one another, but it's Maffei that comes up and takes the lead 2-0.
Blake Maffei with the lead, 1 minute and 4 seconds to go here at 112 pounds. We're in the first period. Maffei is a 3-time district champ, a 3-time Bloomfield tournament champion. Caldwell getting the most out of their junior Blake Maffei. They've never had a 4-time district champ, and in fact, this is the first time Caldwell High School in their rich wrestling tradition has ever had a wrestler in the final.
Schober for Caldwell a number of years ago took a 4th under Coach Jack Newman, maybe even a 3rd under Coach Newman, who was a tremendous coach and the recipient of the Harry E. Lake Award today at Princeton. But it would be the first championship for Caldwell. They've already come away with the 3rd place with Mike Kwapniewski, and we'll talk about him a little bit later. But what a day that would be to have a 1st and a 3rd from the same town.
It's 2-0. Blake Maffei right now leading Ken Rossi. 30 seconds to go, first period.
Rossi with a nice stand, cleared the hand beautifully, cut back in. It's Rossi that comes in as the top seed. It's Maffei that comes in as the 2nd seed. This is the way it was supposed to go by the seed makers, and let's hope that it works out that way for the good match for the full final.
With the escape, Rossi picks up a point, and it's now 2-1 as we approach the end of the first period. And that's the end of the first period. So Ken Rossi trailing Blake Maffei right now, 2-1. Last year, Rossi 29-4. That is a freshman. 1st in the districts, 3rd in the regions. He lost in the states to Lee Moore, the eventual state champion from Pennsgrove. So he's had good state championship experience, and this year has swept his way to the finals as the top seed. The escape, and now we're even at 2 apiece.
Rossi coming out of the easier of the 2 brackets here at 112. Maffei's bracket a little bit tougher with the way the seeding went. We'll see if that has any kind of telling effect upon him here in these last 4 minutes. Rossi behind for a second, hits the legs low, keeps the toes on now that they're off. Both wrestlers a little wary of one another right now, being a little more conservative on their shots, knowing that one mistake might cost them the championship, looking for that good, clear shot. Maffei on top, Rossi underneath where he doesn't necessarily want to be. Advantage to Maffei up on top. He's controlling Rossi right now.
Ed Gibbons, the coach of Blake Maffei at Caldwell this past year. The Chiefs 11-3-1. They won the District 8 championship. Mike Rossetti, the head coach of Jefferson. Jefferson, one of the top 5 teams in the state this past year. 18-1 in dual meets. Lost the Group 2 final to Delsea Regional.
Maffei in, keeps the toes on the mat. If he can get a little more control, he's going to get his 2 points. There they are. He takes the lead. 4-2 with just 30 seconds to go in the 2nd period.
Okay, Paul. Back to the center. We got green on top.
23 seconds to go. 2nd period. Blake Maffei trying to hold on to a 4-2 lead.
Nice forward roll by Ken Rossi. Comes out in front for 1.0. Move back for 2. Has his 4-3 deficit now again. But it's Maffei. Nice. Smith, low, single. Unable to carry it through. Knee is bent, potentially dangerous move.
And Rossi gets up slowly. Rossi just a sophomore. As we told you earlier, 6 defending state champions heading in. Only 3 are left. Ed Gibbons in the corner along with Blake Maffei. The high 5 from Gibbons to Maffei. And Maffei came up with a pin in the semifinals over Earl Cornine from Phillipsburg. As Maffei pinned Cornine, Gibbons leaped to the ceiling here at Chadwin Gymnasium. He's a proud coach and happy that his wrestler has made the state championship final.
And we have the yardstick ready should Maffei hold on and win it here in the finals to see how high he can go.
4-3's the score as we head to the third period. Blake Maffei trying to hold on right now.
And Maffei where he wants to be, on the bottom with the chance to come out to score. Third place here at 112 going to Mark Lombardi of Millburn by an 8-5 score over Doug Dietrich, a place winner a year ago from Warren Hills. Fine job by Mark Lombardi and Millburn at that weight.
In a dual meet this year, Maffei beat Lombardi. That was earlier in the year.
Lombardi came back to beat him in the counties,
exactly.
And so they're split.
One of Blake Maffei's losses was to Mark Lombardi. 1:38 to go. Maffei leading 5-3 over Ken Rossi as both wrestlers head to the center of the mat.
First warning against Maffei for backing. Rossi has to be the aggressor, down by 2. Maffei, nice duck. He's in tight. He picks him up. Beautiful grip. That may be the championship right there.
7-3, Blake Maffei with the lead as we approach 1 minute left in the third period.
And 2 back on that, Steve.
So with the 2 back points, Maffei now extends his lead to 9-3.
Maffei, too good a wrestler to give up that 6 points between now and the end of the bout. As good as Rossi is, Maffei, too good to get caught. And it's Maffei, beautifully moves in on the leg again. Not only isn't he going to get caught, but he's going to move in and shoot for that takedown and try and make it an 11-4 score.
9-4 inside. 1 minute left. Make it 11-4 now as Maffei extends his lead. So Blake Maffei looks to be on his way to a state championship, the first state championship in the history of Caldwell High School. Blake Maffei, a wrestler who could be easily spotted with a yellow Walkman that never left his ears Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday here at Princeton. Finally, I went up to him. He said, I listened to Phil Collins exclusively. It gets me psyched.
Well, he's going to walk out with the gold medal today because although he's leading now 11-7 with Rossi on top and 20 seconds to go, it's going to be Blake Maffei walking away with this wonderful championship here at 112.
17 seconds to go. Maffei leading 11-7. Maffei underwent hypnosis this week. Bob Hoff, a teacher at the school, practices hypnosis just to be confident and under control. The hypnosis, the Phil Collins, has worked as Blake Maffei looks to be on his way to a state crown.
And Rossi a little frustrated on top, trying as hard as he can to turn Blake Maffei, but it's too late to make that turn, and it's going to be Maffei as champion.
5 seconds left. Ed Gibbons is on his feet. Blake Maffei will be on his feet. It is over. Blake Maffei from Caldwell High School wins the state championship at 112 pounds. At 119, it's Vinny Zullo from Pacific.